Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, hope you are having a great day. Today we have some new stories for you. Am I the idiot for canceling my daughter's flight when she wanted to leave before my niece's wedding, that she was a bridesmaid for? I know the title doesn't sound great, but hear it out. My 54 male, niece Taylor, 26 female, got married a few days ago. My daughter Vienna, 27 female, was part of the bridal party as a bridesmaid. This wedding has been over a year in planning, and Vienna of course knew of her role and everything way in advance. She's been hanging around a guy, Matthew, for a while now, but I don't think they're anything serious. Matthew had gone to a different state on a business trip and got into an accident. This all happened a couple weeks before Taylor's wedding. Vienna found out and had a nervous breakdown, saying that she needs to fly out immediately. Yes, I understand she was upset, but she wasn't thinking straight and unnecessarily worrying. I explained to her that even if she goes, she has to come back before the wedding, but it'd be better if she didn't, as there's a lot of last-minute things. She didn't listen and kept saying she's going to go and probably stay there for a while. Both me and my wife tried to explain to her to stay calm and she can go anytime after the wedding. She called up Taylor, my brother, and his wife and told them she wouldn't be able to attend. Taylor understandably didn't take the news well, and his wife made a whole Facebook post saying some people don't want to see others happy, and isn't it nice when family quits at the last moment? She didn't mention us by name explicitly, but it's obvious what it was about. It pretty much caused nuclear warfare throughout my side of the family, but Vienna wouldn't hear it and booked a flight before the wedding. All of our flyer accounts are linked, so I cancelled her flight. Vienna went insane when she found out, and we had a huge argument. And again, we told her that she really needs to understand how big of a deal this wedding is, as she's part of the bridal party, and some man doesn't overtake a family obligation. I even offered to pay the extra cost so she can reschedule the flight after the wedding, but she blew up at all of us. Vienna did attend the wedding and did all her duties as bridesmaid, and thankfully didn't make a show, and all of us thanked her for understanding, but she pretty much cursed us out, even my brother and his family. Me and my wife tried calling and messaging her after the wedding, but she's not picking up or answering. I do know that she flew out the day after the wedding, so I really don't see what the issue is, but Vienna was clearly mad at us. I understand that weddings are important celebrations and take time, energy, and money, but OP was a big idiot. It doesn't matter if OP takes his daughter's relationship seriously or not. It's not his decision whether his daughter will stay for her cousin's wedding or if she'll going to stay with her boyfriend. It's her choice. Simple as that. OP can advise her, but in the end it's her choice. Now, what is extremely wrong is OP canceling his daughter's flight and forcing her to go to this wedding, even more after the family attitudes. They are all big idiots. Now let's go to the comments. You are the idiot, and huge, manipulative one at that. First, a hole for canceling her flight that she paid for. What the F? She's a grown-ass woman and you have no business doing that, and honestly, it seems illegal. If not, it's still grossly unethical. Hanging around a guy for a while now. Don't think it's serious. It's not up to you to decide how serious her relationship with her partner is. It's obviously serious enough that she wants to immediately fly out and be with him after he had a car accident. She was upset and wasn't thinking straight and was unnecessarily worrying. Oh, she was being emotional and needed to calm down. You also don't get to decide what her feelings should be. Bride and groomzilla are also a-holes. A wedding can be missing a bridesmaid, her role isn't that important, she's not the maid of honor. It's not the end of the world, and it certainly wouldn't ruin bridezilla and groomzilla's bid day. Putting her on blast on Facebook is disgusting. Some man doesn't overtake familial responsibilities. What about when the family is a bunch of a-holes? And again, you don't get to decide what some man means to her. Honestly, I hope Vienna realizes how awful and toxic you all are. This is another example of when a parent values how they're viewed over their children's, and in this case adult child's, agency. Even if she wanted to leave for all the worst reasons, she is still an adult who should be able to make her own decisions without you blatantly stepping all over her boundaries. Judging by this post, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to assume that minimizing, gaslighting, Controlling and prioritizing your own comfort comes fairly natural. Some man. So basically Taylor's some man trumps Vienna's some man. Which is the part that really sticks in my craw. And Taylor is probably the first one to be pissed when she isn't asked to be in Vienna's wedding. And if they force Vienna to have her in it, she's likely the type to announce her pregnancy at it. Also, this wedding has been over a year in planning and Vienna of course knew of her role and everything way in advance. It sounds to me as if Vienna's involvement was stitched up behind her back by her parents and her aunt and uncle. Then she was informed as fait accompli that she was going to be a bridesmaid, instead of treating her as an adult. When you say that Vienna is 26, do you mean years or months? Because you are treating her like a 26-month-old. You are the idiot. I'm going to guess that the daughter has her parents and family on an information diet. She's not going to go to her partner if it's some random guy you know. The only thing this family is doing is pushing their daughter further and further away. This all happened a couple weeks before Taylor's wedding. You forgot that part. The accident happened a couple of weeks before the wedding, and OP still thinks he is in the right keeping his daughter from flying out. Of course you are the idiot. People get to make decisions you disagree with. How controlling do you have to be that you don't recognize canceling someone's flight as a dramatic overreach? You are the idiot. She's an adult and her partner got into an accident. There are reasons to miss a wedding and this is one of them. If I was Vienna, I will go no contact with them. This is stepping boundaries and also abusive. Plus it looks like this people don't get it yet. Family matters, but my decisions. The people I love and value out of my family matters too. Her father is so manipulative and the bride is a total bridezilla. She acts like a 5-year-old child writing that stupid post on Facebook. Are you enjoying the video so far? If so, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to know when there's a new video. Now let's go to the next story. Am I the idiot for leaving my kids home alone without a babysitter? I, 45 female, have 2 kids, 11 male and 10 female, and my husband, 47 male, has 2 daughters, 18 female and 15 female. My husband is very strict with his daughters, less with his oldest obviously, and I think he sees my kids as his too. He is strict with them, and my kids really don't mind too much since he's their only father figure and he has a good relationship with them. He's very protective over all the kids. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday and my husband spent most of the day at his parents' house with his daughters. I left my kids home and told them I'd be back later. My doctor took longer than expected, and by the time I was on my way back, my husband called me. I didn't answer since I was driving, and when I got back he was really mad and told me that I'm an irresponsible parent for leaving the kids home alone. He said that they're still young and couldn't care for themselves. I said they're 11 and 10, not 6 and 5. He was even more angry that I talked back to him and told me I should have gotten a neighbor to watch the kids. I said again that the kids were old enough to be alone, and they're perfectly capable of taking care of themselves for a few hours. My husband said he had enough and told me that from now on I have to stay home if he's not, before going upstairs. It took me a while to cool down. I was really mad. But later I started wondering if he's right, since my kids could still have gotten into trouble. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot for leaving a 10 and 11-year-old alone if you as their parent felt they were mature enough to handle it. But holy hell, the rest of your post is throwing red flags up regarding your husband. Angry at you for talking back? Telling you when you are and are not allowed to leave the house? Huh? Is this typical in your relationship? Also, if he knew she was going to the doctor, why didn't he stay home with the children or take them with him? Not the idiot, because I think you know if your kids are mature enough to stay alone for a few hours. I'm more concerned about your husband being mad you talked back to him. This sounds controlling. Yeah, this screams abuse, OP. My own experience with this type of partner led to me having my car privileges taken away and the bills not being paid as punishment. Please don't let this guy make you doubt yourself. Your kids need you more than they need him. Not the idiot, You should determine your kid's maturity levels and what they can handle, and he should respect that. Accusing a spouse of talking back is a huge red flag. The two of you should be of equal status in your household. You are having a discussion. Your husband is treating you like the fifth child in the family. It would be no idiots here if the husband just disagreed with OP that the 11 and 10-year-old are not mature enough to be left alone. He could say to OP, "Okay, let's sit down and talk this out. Let's each make a list of things a kid's gotta be able to do to be left alone and compare that, and maybe we need to discuss if we're too far apart. Then let's talk about where your kids are with your list, and the most important things on mine, and whether the gaps are things they can fill or they just need to grow up some." But that's not what's happened. It was, "OP, I think you shouldn't leave your kids alone, therefore my word goes, and you should shut up and not argue with me. Now I'm done discussing it. You just stay home from now on unless I'm here." That's Marinara City, and that's the real problem, not the question of whether or not these kids are really old enough and mature enough. Exactly. OP is not the idiot in this situation, but she is the idiot for being married to this guy. How much you want to bet that her kids actually hate him, and that he doesn't actually have a great relationship with them? Right? She's a grown-ass adult and supposedly his partner. She certainly has every right to disagree with him. Talking back is reserved for children. And he doesn't get to tell her when she's allowed to leave the house. Her description of him as strict screams straight up authoritarian to me, and the kids probably don't have nearly as good a relationship with him as she thinks they do. These are today's stories, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more stories. Until next time.